Hey everyone, just wanted to give you a quick heads up. The second Global Product Owner Summit is coming soon. You can get all the details at bit.ly/Product Owner 2024. That's bit.ly/Product Owner 2024. And it's all lowercase, all one word. Oh, and stick with us until the end of the episode to know the dates and the tracks that we have for you in this year's summit. But for now, let's dive into today's episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Team Tuesday this week with Johannes Andersen. Hey, Johannes, welcome back.
Hi, Vasco. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, Team Tuesday, of course, today we talk about teams and we'll investigate why sometimes they can become their own worst enemies. But for now, to get us started, share with us, Johannes, what's the book that most influenced you as a Scrum Master and Agile coach?
Yeah, so this was a hard one because I read a lot of books and I love new information and there's a lot of interesting stuff there. But I have to go back to one I've returned to several times myself and always start people up and they're trying to become more agile coach and understand all this. And it's actually Goldratt. It's the goal. And the goal is for two reasons. One, that's the way of teaching people how new concepts and stuff. Goldratt writes it as a novel. So you get into the mind of the reader and you get that empathy. It's back to the way the old Greek taught new things. That's fundamental for how we learn. It's so much easier to get concept into your brain like that. So I love it for that and that way of doing it. And then Goldratt also has something quite fundamental for the way we teach on organization and how we should focus. He's really much about the outcome. It's called the goal because he focuses on what is the goal of a company. That's kind of the end-to-end. It's kind of system thinking. It doesn't mention that, but everything it does is with the kind of system thinking approach to it. So that book I'm always recommending to people. I've even quoted it to my daughter at her special occasions and stuff like that. So it's really a good book.
Absolutely. I love the book. That's why I wrote the No Estimates book also in the same style as a business novel, which is the original title or style for that book. And I really like, as you said, how he's crystal clear about what is the goal of the company. And it's even in the book, the interesting conversation about defining that goal, because it isn't necessarily what people expect it to be. And just having that conversation about what is the goal, especially for those of us who work as Agile coaches and Scrum Masters, to help product owners, to help stakeholders understand what is the goal, can be quite transformational for the team.
Definitely. I'm seeing that as well. Yeah.
So talking about teams, of course, today's Team Tuesday, we're going to talk about how teams sometimes get themselves into trouble. So Johannes, share with us a story of a team. Tell us a little bit about the context so that we know where they are and what they're doing. And then walk us through how those little small patterns or behaviors eventually grew up to become a big problem for the team.
Yeah, so it's actually more fundamental than that, because at some point in my career, I was switching from a business unit I was helping, doing portfolio and stuff, and I was inspiring people all around the organization. And someone said, okay, since you are helping all of the organization, it's kind of hard to say, justify why you're doing that when we are paying your salary and stuff like that. So they moved me into a HR position, saying, okay, now you can help the entire organization. And that sounded brilliant for me. Okay, I can just go down where we actually have the problems, that the place where it hurts the most, and help them. But the problem was I was sold that this was a team. So we are going to do this as a team and trying to help the organization. We were two Agile coaches, and then we were data analysts. We are some HR business people and a lot of different small roles. And at some point it dawns on me after a long time that we were not a team. We were just a group of people with the same manager.
Can you tell us a little bit more what might have been like these triggers that eventually led you to that conclusion? What were the things you were observing?
Yeah, so our manager noticed, I have two good Agile coaches. Let's try to use some of that in our own team and make us more of a team, get that spirit, make us work better together, let us focus on less and get more executed faster, all the things we are trying to teach. So I ended up spending 50% of my time trying to solve problems within my own team and not helping the organization. So the amount of things I was trying to solve, and we did both Scrum and Kanban, tried both things. We did OKRs, we visualized, we had offsite days and did simulations and all those good things. And the team loved it. We loved each other. We worked well together, but we were not working on the same things. We were not collaborating. We were like individuals running with our own tasks. So it was.
Why was that? What was the block to collaboration?
We didn't have the shared goal, basically. So if you ask us what we're supposed to do, we also, we are supposed to help the organization. Yes. Okay. That's everyone can say that. But if you are at one point collecting data on employees and we are trying to help teams work better together. So that could be something you could join if you had a clear strategy about that team. You need to help teams become better. But then we had someone else who was just trying to help recruit people. Okay, so how do we join that? So it was forced, the direction. There wasn't a natural direction. There wasn't a natural purpose for that team saying, oh, this is our main goal. This is what we're here for. This is what we try to do every single day. We could say on the broad scale, if you elevate it, we could talk about what we're trying to achieve. But when we get down to the day-to-day work, it was just too fragmented. It wasn't the same direction. So we never created that real team feeling. It's always never black and white, but we never really achieved that. That I've helped so many teams. So
when you look back and you think about that experience, what do you think about the possibility of creating that shared goal? Was that even possible?
Yes, that probably was. Something needs to be changed, and someone needs to let go of some stuff. But yeah, to some degree. But the amount of energy we needed to put into it. And what were the outcome we were actually going to get from that? Would that really be worth that effort? Because I also need to look at the big picture. So, okay, if I'm using all the time with my own teams, I'm really not helping anyone in the organization. And that's really why I'm here. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to sub-optimize an HR
So what you're saying is that it was even more than not having a shared goal. It was like having goals that were not aligned.
Yeah. That was probably right when we dig down to it, yeah. So that was, and it was kind of a strange feeling because we liked each other and we worked well together, but we're not working on the same things. And that means we were not a team because we are not working on the same things.
And that's a very common problem in organizations that are trying to do too many things. They bring people together and call them a team, but then people work on different things, potentially even across purposes, right? Like they are hindering each other's work.
We need another word for that because that's not a team. That's just people with a joint manager. That could be okay, but that's not a team.
Actually, that's a good point. What would we call that? I mean, so in HR, that would be called a team, right?
Yeah,
exactly. A group of people with a joint manager will be called a team, even if they are not a team.
Exactly, but that's not what we in the Agile world consider a team.
What would we call it in the Agile world? Do you have some thoughts on that?
I haven't really. It's a functional silo, basically. But and it's not even like, no, I haven't really gotten a good, because even a functional silo would have a joint purpose for that silo, so that not even that. So
maybe we could call it the disjoint silo.
Yeah, disjoint silo, but just a group of people. Yeah,
and really one of the things, the reason why I ask, I have this mnemonic that I often talk to with teams that I work with, is that in order for us to be a team, we have to have one goal and we all have to do the same thing together, right? Like one team, one goal. And for me, that's kind of a very simple rule of thumb, that if I go to a team and I see that, okay, this isn't one team, they're not working very well together, and there isn't one goal, maybe there's multiple goals, or there is even no goal at all, right? So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that as Agile coaches and Scrum Masters, I think that could be kind of the starting point, the basis from which we can grow our work with the team, our coaching work with the team, is that first we need to know who's on the team and who's not, therefore, on the team. And also, what is the goal that they all work for, right?
Yeah. And if that's not, so if you did OKRs with that team I was in, you would have 4 different objectives basically, because we were basically 4 teams with a joint manager.
Absolutely. And that's also another aspect, like for a team, there should be a clear objective. If we use OKRs, it should be the same for all of them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Great story. Thank you for sharing that, Johannes.
No problem.
Hi there, Agile friends. Thank you for sticking around and listening to the details of the Product Owner Summit, this year's global summit dedicated to a critical Scrum role, the product owner role, of course. We'll have some amazing keynotes and 4 tracks filled with first-hand stories and experiences for product owners to learn more about that critical Scrum role. The summit will take place between April 23rd and 25th, so book your calendars. There will be loads of sessions for you to attend. One of the keynotes will be Dave West, the product owner and CEO at Scrum.org, one of the largest Scrum organizations in the world. If you want to know more, check out the details at bit.ly/product owner 2024. That's all one word, all lowercase, bit.ly/product owner 2024. We will also have 4 tracks. The 4 tracks will cover cross-functional product ownership. That's track 1. As Pixar's Ratatouille said, not every idea can be a great idea, but a great idea can come from anywhere. And this quote emphasizes the importance of a product owner being open to all ideas, regardless of the source, and also challenges us to focus on getting good ideas from everywhere and involving the whole team in the product owner role and responsibilities. The second track is Designing Products for Growth, where we explore how to craft products ready for scalable growth, merging practical strategies with innovation. The idea here is to learn to design products for growth, whether it is sales or customer acquisition. The third track is Know Your Users, user-centric approaches for Agile development. In this track, we learn to master user-centric techniques in Agile development, to deeply understand customer needs and transform insights into meaningful UX designs that focus on engagement and satisfaction. This is a track ideal for innovation-focused Agile teams. And the fourth track, one of the most exciting tracks in my opinion, is product development with AI, ideas for product owners. Not only do we discuss about using AI in the products, but also AI for product owners to learn to make a bigger impact with the help of the AI tools that we already have. The Product Owner Summit will also present to you great opportunities to network with your peers. So get your ticket and join our Slack. You can get the ticket and join the Slack at bit.ly/product owner 2024. As always, we have free tickets and also the paid tickets that help to support this podcast. So check them out at bit.ly/product owner 2024. That's all lowercase, all one word, product owner 2024. I'll see you in the summit floor.